Hi, I'm Chris Jordan, and are you struggling to get things done? Then you might benefit from having an alter ego. It could be the one key you need to break free from your current limitations. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about an alter ego, how to create one, and why it will actually benefit you in more ways than you could think of. So, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So, the alter ego is a tool people have used since the beginning of time. Literally, you can go back in old historical books, historical textbooks, religion, things of that nature. You can go back in any of these stories and see that there was always an alter ego. But first, why should you create an alter ego? So here are some reasons. Number one, you create psychological distance from oneself. It creates a mental buffer to separate from the current person you are to the person you need to be in any moment. This helps get over fears, anxiety, etc. So that's one of the main things because a lot of people struggle with, like I said, fears or hard things, and they can't seem to force themselves to do things. So, number two, it allows you to reinvent yourself. An alter ego can help you reinvent yourself, breaking away from past perceptions or limitations and allowing you to present a new, refined image to the world. Number three, focus and discipline. This is probably the most important on this list so far. When you need when you create an alter ego with certain traits, it gives you a guideline on how to act. But this also allows people to keep their alter ego separate from their personal self. And I'm going to go into some examples of this very soon, and then even examples with my alter ego that I've created. Personal growth. Over time, you actually develop your identity. When you act as an alter ego, over a period of time, you start to become that character. The traits you didn't have before start to become a part of you. Side note, um, this is for the people who believe in a law of belief or a law of imagination, things of that nature. Neville Goddard and Joseph Murphy talk about acting as the character you want to be to change your identity. Identity is everything. Identity is going to be the way the world perceives you and the way you perceive the world. If you have an identity of being poor and you think money is the root of all evil, well, you're always going to be poor and you're never going to get a ton of money. Money's just going to run away from you. But if you have an identity of being wealthy, being rich, money comes to you easily, all of that is attracted to your identity. So let's get further into the video. So let's look at some examples. James St. Patrick and Ghost, his alter ego. So I don't know if you guys know or have watched the TV series Power. If you haven't, it's a very good series. It's made by 50 Cent, and I forgot the woman name. But on the left right here, you see James St. Patrick. He's a nightclub owner, business owner. You know, he makes tons of money, millions of dollars. I don't know why I said millions of money. Millions of dollars. And on the left, if you just came into a club, you would just think, okay, this guy looks like a professional nightclub owner. He's cleaned up, well dressed, looks professional, right? But then you have his alter ego, which is Ghost. Now, if you, like I said, if you just saw this image right here, you would think all those good things. This is ideally who the person he wanted to be, right? But in order to get to this point in his life, he had to become Ghost when he was younger, and he still is Ghost by the time. No spoilers. I'm not gonna say anything, but he still is Ghost at the end of the TV series, right? And Ghost is he grew up as a drug dealer. He got into the game with a couple friends. His best friend Tommy, if you don't know, go watch the TV series. It's very good. He's a drug dealer. He kills people, um, and he used that alter ego of Ghost to identify with those hard aspects in his life to become the version he wanted to be now. So he had to develop an alter ego when he was younger for Ghost, aka Ghost. He had to do all the dirty work, killing people, doing drug deals, taking people's money, all these bad things to become this version of himself, which is the ideal person he wanted to be. Because at the end of the TV series, minor spoiler, he always wanted to be a clean, cut businessman without having to look over his shoulder being a drug dealer. This was his ideal version of himself. So he had to create this alter ego early, and then over time he became this person. But he still always had to look over himself because of the past mistakes of being Ghost. So let's get into a real example. Eminem and Slim Shady, his alter ego. Everybody knows Eminem. He's one of the goats in battle rap, or not battle rap, but in rap. But Eminem is funny enough. He's one of the only people who I don't know who's actually had a real battle rap career. But from his movie 8 Mile, people perceive him as like a battle rapper or whatever. But he's one of the best rappers of all time, Eminem. But he said he had an alter ego named Slim Shady where he can go all out, rap how he wants, call out the status quo. And in fact, he just released the album where he literally has a video. It's called Houdini, where he has himself now, Eminem, versus Slim Shady. And he asked himself, he was like, I wonder what Slim Shady would say about today's generation or today's society. And he said, like, I ain't gonna get into it, but he said basically the society is gayer, weirder, things of that nature. So he literally separates it in the video Houdini. So I recommend watching it if you really need to develop an alter ego. So let's go to the next one. Superman and Clark Kent. So the real question is, which one is the alter ego? Is it Clark Kent or is it Superman? The answer to this question is the alter ego is Clark Kent. Superman is his natural, real self. But in order to fit in with the status quo, he had to downgrade himself. He had to make himself weaker. He had to make himself less intelligent to fit in. And that was his alter ego for hiding himself, his true self. And the point of this video is to let you know that you guys are Superman and Superwoman. A lot of the times we're often hiding our true self and limiting ourselves because we're afraid of what people think. We have anxiety about certain things. We're afraid of the hard things. We can be Superman. Your Superman is your true self, but you're hiding it, trying to be Clark Kent by making yourself weaker than what you are. And it couldn't be vice versa. It depends on you. But honestly, you guys are Superman and Superwoman, including me, right? So those are some examples. I gave you some real TV show examples, and then I gave you one of the best superhero examples, and Eminem. So you can use alter egos to get out of your own head and become the best version of yourself. You are Superman or Superwoman. Can't get rid of the negative thoughts or self-doubt? Create an alter ego who can easily accomplish whatever you want. So how do you create an alter ego? Super easy. This is all you need to do. Be honest and look in the mirror. Write down all the traits you believe you possess, both positive and negative. Be honest with yourself. This honesty is like trying to cover a single scar with a bandage while ignoring the many others you carry. So a lot of people are going to struggle with that, but just be honest with yourself. It's okay. Everybody has scars and things they didn't went through. Now, write down all the traits your best self would have. Make it so they can easily accomplish any goal you put your mind to. Then act as that person. Whenever you face a hard challenge or self-doubt kicks in, bring out your alter ego. It's that simple. No need to complicate anything. Secret tip, take an old picture of yourself and dress up as an alter ego for your new photo. Place these pictures side by side on your phone. This will help your brain visualize and internalize the person you aspire to be. So the same way how I showed you guys James St. Patrick versus Ghost, and his ideal version of himself where he's clean, he doesn't have to look over his shoulder because of drug deals and stuff he's did in the past. He's well dressed, cleaned up, always in a dress suit. And obviously he used to be Ghost, where he was more out there in the streets and everything. And it's funny because he actually talks about this in the TV show series where he was like, I'm fighting. People keep telling him over and over, like, you can't have both. You can't be a clean, looked up to person and then have a bad past. You got to play one side or the other. And he often struggles with this throughout the TV series or whatever. So secret 2, tip number 2. Find a physical item that you can carry with you to remind you of your alter ego. For me, it's an Ace of Spades card. Right? So just find any little small thing that can remind you, that you can have in your wallet, that you can have on your phone. It could be anything. So here's my alter ego. Chris Jordan versus Ace. Chris Jordan sleeps late, eats fast food, and lacks discipline. Not fully focused on trading and wastes time. Number 3, enjoys time-wasting activities like hooping, watching YouTube. Ace sleeps early, eats healthy, and is very disciplined. Fully focused on trading and studies trading nonstop. Only spends time on revenue-generating activities. And here's what I noticed over time. What I noticed over time is that Chris Jordan started to take on the traits of Ace. That's what we want to happen, becoming the person you are supposed to be. Your identity is malleable to whatever you want it to be. So why not become the greatest person you can be in this short lifetime? And as I said before, I use an Ace of Spades card to remind myself of my character. So whenever I feel like I'm slacking or whatever, I literally just tell myself, okay, I need Ace to get this shit done. Because Chris Jordan's playing around too much, I need Ace to get it done. And I literally just act like Ace would act. So that's literally it. So use this identity shift to start achieving your dreams. I'm wishing all of y'all the best of luck. So that's it, guys. If you're interested in improving yourself as a person to become the best version of yourself, feel free to join my free community in the comments below. You could check it out in the description or whatever. Just click the link, join. It's easy. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I would love some feedback on this type of video and comment down below. Thanks. See you guys next time. Peace.